Mimi naitwa James Mkhwana Wetangula, being the eldest son to Mzee Dominic Khaemba Wetangula and my Anna Nanyama Wetangula.
Tueleze historia fupi kidogo ya
Senator, the outgoing senator of Bungoma, Moses Masika Wetangula, was born in 1956 to one Dominic Khaemba Wetangula and Anna Nanyama Wetangula. He is the second eldest son of Mzee Wetangula. Moses, just like I, James, we went to one primary school, Nalondo Primary School. But I later on switched and went to Mkumu Seminary and left Moses at Nalondo.
So which year was that?
That is between 1963. I started schooling in 1961. Moses started schooling in 1963. But he later changed and went to Muhweya Primary, where he wrote his, by then, KPE, and passed. I think it must have been 1970. In 1971, he joined the Busakala Secondary School temporarily. But before the year ended, he transferred to Teremi Secondary School, which is in Kapchai constituency. In 1975, he did his O-levels at Teremi and got a Division 1, which enabled him to join French School Kamsinga for his A-levels. His headmaster at Teremi was the late John Kitui, and one of the teachers I still remember at Teremi was Protas Wafula Nyongeza, who unfortunately are all deceased, plus one plus one Tom Nandemu, who is still alive. At Teremi, the headmaster was Julius Waske, who is now deceased. Some of his other teachers I do remember was Elima Wafula, who was the deputy head, is now deceased, and the former MP of Sirisia, John Barasa Munyasia, who is still alive. Moses Masika Wetangula wrote his A-levels at French School Kamsinga in 1977 and obtained four principles, which enabled him to proceed the University of Nairobi in October 1978. But prior to that, as he was waiting to join the university, he was temporarily employed at St. Mary's Kibabi Boys High School by the Board of Governors, where our father, Mzee Dominic Wetangula, was the board chair, and the headmaster was Mr. Sakayus Simiyu Marehemu. In October 1978, Moses joined the University of Nairobi to study law, which he successfully did and completed in 1981. After completing the University of Nairobi with the second class honors upper, he joined the Kenya School of Law, where he did his diploma. Then after completing his diploma in 1982, he was employed as a magistrate and posted to Nakuru Law Courts. He worked in Nakuru for a while and then transferred to Rongo. In Rongo, he also did not last for a year. He was transferred to Kithimani in Machakos, on the border of Machakos and Kiambu, where he stayed for a year, then resigned from being a magistrate and joined private practice under an advocate called Murtasa Chava. He worked with Java for a period of about 2 years and then formed his own company with Geoffrey Mulindi Simiyu and opened their houses on Hughes House in Nairobi. It was while with Geoffrey Mulindi Simiyu that he undertook to defend the renegade 82 Air Force rebels who had tried to overthrow the government of Kenya. He represented one, Hezekiah Ochuka, and Pancras Okumu, and many others. But unfortunately, he lost the case and they were hanged. That's when his star started rising. From there on, he has continued in his law practice until 1990, when he took up another high-profile case handling the murder of the late Kenyan Minister for Foreign Affairs, the late Dr. Robert Ouko. In Ouko's murder case, Moses Wetangula and others, and George Oraro, they were for the family. They were family lawyers for the widow, Christabel Ouko, and the family. Then in 1992, I think the former President Moi had recognized him as a bright lawyer. So after the 1992 general elections, early 1993, when constituting a new parliament, the late President Moi nominated him as a KANU member of parliament, which he served very well successfully for 5 years. While in that parliament, at times he acted as a temporary speaker when the speaker and the deputy speaker were out of parliament. In 1997, he unsuccessfully tried to capture the Sirisia seat from his teacher, John Barasa Munyasi, who was then the sitting MP, but did not make it. So he went back to his legal practice. But in 1998, again, President Moi honored him by appointing him the chairman of the Electricity Regulatory Commission, which he served in that capacity for 4 years. Come 2002, we as a family advised him to ditch KANU and join Ford Kenya, which was a more popular party in Bungoma, which he did. And he easily won the Sirisia seat during the general election of that year. That is in 2002. 2007, he defended his seat and won again. But because of the election violence that erupted, he sided with the government side, because in between there, the late President Mwai Kibaki had appointed him an assistant minister for foreign affairs. So he used that position to assist the president to fight off ODM, led by the Honorable Raila Odinga. After forming the coalition government, President Mwai Kibaki appointed a minister for foreign affairs. He served in that capacity until 2012, when he was transferred to the Ministry of Trade and Industry. He was there for a short stint, lasting about close to a year. Then came the general election of 2013. By this time, Sirisia constituency had been split into two. A new constitution had come into place. Therefore, Moses Masika Wetangula opted not to run as an MP for the newly created Kapchai seat, but instead opted to run for the Senate seat for Bungoma County, which he won. But thereafter, shortly after, his main competitor, Musikari Kombo, laid a petition in court, filed a petition in court. And the court eventually nullified Moses Masika Wetangula's election, but did not bar him from contesting. They allowed him to contest. in the ensuing election again, he won. That is December 2013. He won the election. Come 2017, he defended his Senate seat again, still on Ford Kenya ticket, and won again. And by that time, he had formed a coalition with Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka, and formed NASA. But before NASA, there was CORD. CORD was in 2013. So 2013, after losing to Uhuru Kenyatta, they went to the opposition, and Weta became the leader of minority in the Senate. After 2017 election, again he remained the leader of minority in the Senate until March 2018, when Honorable Raila Odinga had a handshake with President Uhuru Kenyatta. And soon thereafter, when Moses and his colleagues, that's Kalonzo Musyoka and Musalia Mudavadi, complained that Raila Odinga had shortchanged them, they decided to move on alone and run their own things. Raila reacted by pushing his senators in the Senate, together with those of Jubilee, to vote Wetangula out as a minority leader, and he was replaced by Senator of Siaya, James Orengo. Moses complained bitterly, but he said, I will move on. And he told Raila, one day you will regret for what you have done to us. He continued in that position until this year's election, 2022. He had kept silent, not telling us which side he would go to, until early this year, when he decided to team up with the current president-elect, Dr. William Samoei Ruto.
Yes. Now I have a few questions to ask. The first question,
yes.
Moses
in general,
okay, sorry, Moses
those alive, he has 4 brothers, 4 sisters. That is from his biological mother. Yes, he was a good footballer for his school. His schools, that's Teremi, French School Kamsinga. Even at the university, he used to play football. Even he used to be in the parliamentary football team. I remember the Bunge Football Club. I remember 2004, during NAC, they visited Bungoma as a Bunge parliament to play with by then the councillors of Bungoma County. He played position 10. He managed to score at least 2 goals.
Swali lingine, alipopata kazi yake kwanza, je, aliweza kuwasaidia familia yake ama ndugu zake na dada zake?
Exactly, he has been doing that, and he continues to do so. One person he really took upon himself to assist is Honorable Tim Wanyonyi, the Member of Parliament for Westlands. Then he also took up the responsibility of assisting Baba, who was by then nearing retirement, to educate these other younger sisters of ours. For example, Assumpta Wetangula, Joseph Wetangula, Fred Wetangula, and others.
Kuna wakati wa kuzembo wale watu ambao walikuwa wanawatetea. Je, unaweza jua walikuwa wangapi na wale watu walikuwa wanataka kutetea serikali?
I know of one, Hezekiah Ochuka, and Pangris Okumu. Those are the ones he alichukua jukumu ya kuwatetea. But as I said, unfortunately, he lost the case. You know, that was treason. And the judiciary was not what it is today. And I'm told, he himself told us, has been telling people that those were the last people to be hanged in Kenya. Nobody else has ever been hanged. As nominated or elected? 1992. That's the beginning of 1993. Yes. Moses, one, is a very social person. He's a very likable person. Hajui kudanganya mtu, hajui kusengenya watu. Wewe ukienda kwake na vitina umwambie, if you are not very careful, immediately kama na simu ya yule mtu uko nasema juu yake, atapikia huyu simu na weke kwa loud. So that person hears what you are telling him. So by so doing, he has made people fear going to backbite others before him. If you want him to assist you, just go and say, Mheshimiwa, nina shida hii na hii, tafadhali nisaidie. Lakini usiende uanze kusengenya mwingine ili upewe. That's the kind of person he is. But he's a very, very social person. He's a hard worker. He's a farmer. He does very good farming. Mimi, as his elder brother, speaking on behalf of our dad, who unfortunately is hospitalized, I would advise that he does his work diligently, the way he has been representing people. He should treat all MPs in the parliament equally. That he should not take sides because this one does not come from mrengo wake, but an MP remains an honorable member of parliament representing a section of Kenyans. So we do believe he should act the Marende way to save the country, the way Marende did at one time when parliament was almost degenerating into chaos. But I think he has the capability to do that. Kuanzia utoto wake alipenda ukulima. Nakumbuka ile mandizi alipandia, kata kiwa mwanafunzi alipanda ndizi nyingi sana kwa shamba ya mama, na hiyo ndizi bado iko. Tena kwa ufugaji alianza na kufuka njiwa. Up to now, if you go to his current home, he has over 3,000 pigeons and the guinea fowls, bata mzinga na hivi vitu vingine vyote. Something he has never reared are maybe pigs and goats. He says goats destroy his beautiful flowers in the home. But chicken, guinea fowls, those ones he has in plenty. Even sometimes he, like the guinea fowls, he sells in some hotels in Nairobi.
One unique thing about Moses. One unique thing about Moses.
One unique thing about him is that when he's facing a very serious issue, he doesn't disclose it to anybody. He prefers to keep it to himself.
Somebody has told you he's a hands-on man. He's a hands-on man.
Exactly.
Is it true?
It's true. He can, if he delegates you to do something, don't think he will go away and come to check when you are finished. In fact, he can leave you doing something for him, but in less than an hour or so, you'll be back at the scene to see what exactly you are doing.
Now being your brother.
Yes.
He's called Papa. Unajua hilo jina lilitokea?
Hiyo jina ya utani I think they are, the fellow politicians can explain better. I don't know how it came about.
Sawa, acha nipige kati zako alafu